Welcome to the CruiseAway show with Derek and Joe. Really lovely to see you. Stick around because we only have good news and it's all about holidays. CruiseAway does nothing but cruise and stay worldwide getaways.
Yes, we sure do, and everyone is super excited about the newly released programme of sailings from Oz with Princess Cruises for 2027 into 2028, with more choices and more exciting destinations on offer from Sydney, Brisbane and Perth.
Yes, and we'll show you why we are the only ones to call in Oz as we bring you nothing but exclusive prices for everyone. It's well worth sticking around.
It sure is, and you're just in time to board the Grand and Royal Princess as they take us in comfort, style and luxury on wonderful travels near and far.
And if you've never cruised before, there are taster cruises all the way up to epic 3-month-long adventures to embark upon. So let's show you first a 3-week trip for May in 2028, flying first over to Singapore and enjoying a 2-night hotel stay in the Merlion City. How lovely is that?
So cute, that Merlion. Now, Singapore is an enchanting city and it's also very clean, very elegant, very relaxed, yet there's also the bustling side too. So if you do like to, go and shop in the markets, explore the temples, learn about the culture, that's also on offer in Singapore, as is Orchard Road for its luxury shopping. Now, we're cruising on board Grand Princess, 19 nights in style. Yes, we are heading from Singapore to Sydney Harbour Bridge, and this is going to be a really wonderfully relaxing cruise. It is. There is also a lot of sightseeing on offer, and the best way to get kind of organised and have everything locked in for your time in port is to do a bit of planning whilst you're heading out at sea, and you can do that with the Shore Excursions team on board as they'll talk you through the excursions on offer, or just a little bit of internet research of what you can do on your own around these ports as well. I like to do that because it gives me, when I'm in port, it maximises my time. Maybe there's a certain market you want to visit, a certain restaurant someone's recommended, get that all ready and planned before you set off the ship, so then you know exactly what you're doing with your arrival and departure times. The great thing about doing an excursion that is something you book on board though is that they'll make sure they get you back in time for the sailing, and that's also really important. Now on Princess you can be sitting back and enjoying a nice cup of coffee and cones with your book in the morning, or the daily paper, or indeed taking part in every single activity that they have on offer. It's really up to you, and especially when you're on a longer cruise, you do just want to pace yourself a little bit, I always find. Oh, what about a cabana massage in the adults only top deck retreat? That would be pretty special, wouldn't it? Maybe you've got a special occasion coming up. Talking of special occasions, the team on board can arrange for things like chocolate covered strawberries and champagne to be sent to your stateroom if you have an anniversary, or if someone else that you're cruising with does, you can actually get the florist to create a bouquet for them. So make it very special for them or for you whilst you're on board with these unique touches. And there are unique touches everywhere you go when you're on board Grand Princess. So we are going to be cruising out of Singapore, and first up we are heading into Kuala Lumpur. Fantastic. The skyline of glittering towers that you can see up at the KL Tower right there. And in fact, take a city tour with the Petronas Towers and photo stop at the Batu Caves to see the most of it. Then it's Benua for Bali, and you've got an overnight on board in gorgeous Bali, the island of the gods, with its lush rice terraces and sacred temples and incredible beaches as well. Since you're there overnight, I'd highly recommend heading up to Uluwatu Temple to see the sunset folklore show. Lots of cheeky monkeys up there too. Then it's Darwin. Darwin offers you a prime opportunity to do something a bit daring. Maybe you're going to cage dive with the crocs, or you're going to just do the most relaxing thing possible, which is just strolling the beachside promenade and some of the wonderful markets. Then it's Townsville, and greeting you with those palm tree lined waterfronts. Now the Strand and the Reef HQ Centre are great places to go and learn about the ecology in this area. And you can also find koalas in the wild if you're lucky enough. Then it's our Airlie Beach, and this is Whitsundays and Barrier Reef, and of course you might want to do any number of excursions by water or air. If you go by air, if you take a helicopter, I think that would be unforgettable. Obviously that's a luxury trip, but it's definitely worth doing. Brisbane's next, and whether it's exploring wildlife or heading out to the Gold Coast for a spot of casino, fun and beaches, Brisbane and the surrounding area have a lot on offer, and the Lone Pine Koala Sanctuary is wonderful, of course. Then we're going to finish our cruise in Sydney, which is wonderful. So, you know, if you're a Sydneyite, there's not going to be any flying, but if you're not too far away, you might even be driving, or speak to our team about onward travel from Sydney. But here's an overview. We're flying into Singapore, of course, heading to Kuala Lumpur, beautiful Bali. Then we're into Darwin, Townsville, Airlie Beach, Brisbane, back into Sydney.
Look at the lovely balance as well of ports and days at sea. Because you might be thinking, you know, when Joe was going through the itinerary, you were maybe thinking, oh, well, that's actually, there's not many places we're going to. It felt like a shorter cruise, but actually it's a 19-night cruise. And it's got batches of sea days in between the ports as well, which is really lovely. They are days which, if you haven't cruised before, you're going to be thinking, oh, what would I do for all of that time? I'm just sitting and waiting for 2 days. If you're a cruiser, you'll know that those days at sea, they are full of fun and activities and entertainment and time to relax, guilt-free, because you're not missing a port. You're enjoying all of the fun stuff on board. In fact, some people, when it's in a port, will stay on board because that's when you feel like you have the ship to yourself and you can really, truly unwind. So this trip is full of variety. It's full of fun. You've got wonderful princess cruising, and it really is luxury cruising. You're going to love it. It's great fun for everyone. And with this, you've also got the stay in Singapore. Now, more importantly for this show is that you've got an exclusive price tag from us here at CruiseAway, a price tag you will not find anywhere else. So let's get that straight on your screens. 21 nights in all, at an exclusive CruiseAway price tag of just $3,999. Now, listen, you're looking at the date there and you're going, hang on, does he mean 2026? No, he means 2028. We are advance booking right now with a low deposit, and that is how we're able to get you such awesome value for your time on board this cruise. I mean, that's a 19-night cruise. If it were just that, it would be brilliant, but your package is bigger than that. It's your Sydney flight to Singapore with a 2-night hotel stay there, and then it's your nearly 3 weeks of full board cruising on the Grand Princess to Kuala Lumpur, your overnight in Bali, and back to Sydney via Cairns and the Queensland coast. Remember, this price is exclusive and will not last forever, so you secure it today with a deposit. And one more thing, if you belong to the Captain Circle loyalty program from Princess Cruises, then we can unlock even more bonuses. Depending on your level, we can unlock onboard credit and other discounts as well. So you could actually have some spend for things that you buy on board already loaded, depending on your level, with the Captain Circle. So you need to talk to the team today with our exclusive price tag 1300 408 765, and let's get planning right the way through to 2028. Here's all the details you need. I mean, it seems such a long way away. I mean, we're even struggling to say 2028 because, you know, it feels so far away. But you know what the biggest advantage of booking this cruise right now is that you are getting an early exclusive price tag, and that price tag can only go one way. Guess which way? Correct. So lock it in today with just a deposit, and you know that this holiday is there to look forward to. You know it's happening. It's already in the diary. I mean, who's got a diary for 2028?
Right.
Must be a blank canvas, right? So there's no reason not to get this arranged today. You've got the exclusive price tag, you've got the low deposit, and honestly, you've got all of the knowledge with our team as well. So talk to them, ask them any questions you like. If you've never cruised before, you've got 1,000 questions in your mind, call us and ask those 1,000 questions. It's fine. And I'll tell you one thing, there is no such thing as a silly question. Because you know what? To cruise, everyone has to have their first. And the more you take, the more you know. It's as simple as that. But as soon as you've taken that first one, I'm afraid to say there will be many more.
Yeah, absolutely.
That's a good problem to have, isn't it, really?
Yeah, once you experience the magic and the ease of cruising, it's impossible not to want to book so many more adventures. And we're taking a triple cruise next from Sydney on the Royal Princess. Yes, I did say triple, and an exceptional 36 nights exploring Fiji, Tasmania and New Zealand. Now, it all starts on the 23rd of October in 2027. Wonderful news. Oh, a triple cruise for 36 nights. Thank you very much. Now, something important to mention, when you're cruising for this length, it becomes more than just a holiday. it becomes a voyage, an adventure, and it does become your home from home. So you are going to be thinking more about the day-to-day whilst you're on board, such as the logistics of doing your laundry, getting things serviced, you know, getting those little kind of ends tied up that you might need in your day-to-day life. And don't worry, they've got everything on offer for you. They've got all of the necessities, and they've got all of the amenities that will make it just an easy cruise for you, even at this length, which is great. And you will definitely fall into your favorite routine. You'll find your favorite bar maybe for your sundowner, your favorite, you know, items on the menu in certain restaurants, and that's part of the magic of doing a longer cruise. It gives you more of a familiarity. And the great thing is, some of the fellow passengers you'll meet will become friends for life. It always happens on a cruise, doesn't it? You're in a relaxed environment, you've got more time to know people, and indeed you'll probably make friends with some of the staff and crew on board. Part of the magic. Now, if you want to know what's going on behind the scenes, they do on board what they call onboard shore excursions. So you could do a behind the scenes tour if you book up early enough, and they'll take you down to the belly of the ship, might even get up to the bridge depending on the ship, and definitely seeing how everything works, all the ins and outs. You can also grill the captain. Yes, they do a captain's Q&A in the theatre during the cruise as well. Probably on this length you might be doing, they'll have a couple of those. So that's fascinating to learn about. So getting to know your team, I think, is paramount to having a great experience on a longer cruise like this. They might do a cruise show, but the Fountain Light Show, I mean, this is a spectacle. It's so exciting because they light up just like you're in the Bellagio in Vegas, or, you know, somewhere exotic. Now, we are off on our adventure from Sydney, and we are cruising, first of all, out to Hobart, which is great. You know, the quirky side of New Zealand here in, you know, Battery Point's tiny Tasmania, excuse me, tiny cottages and the underground art spaces hidden beneath the Salamanca. Wonderful places to visit, you know, in Hobart. Then it's Port Arthur. And you have the incredible caves here. The remarkable caves are, of course, countrywide famous, and they're just beautiful. So head on down there with a guide and learn all about the nature there. Next up, we're into Melbourne. You can take your pick here, whether it's Hillsville Sanctuary for some of the nature, or riding Puffing Billy, or up to the Dandenongs for some exploring. Melbourne is enchanting and amazing, and there's great shopping down in Federation Square area. Then we're into Sydney, and we have got a nice day to explore here. You know, whether you're a local or not, there's so much to do in Sydney. Even just the harbour, because we're starting the second cruise, but it's a day to relax for you. So maybe a harbour cruise is on the cards. Then it's New May in New Caledonia. Just look at the reef there. I mean, this part of the world boasts some of the most spectacular reef on Earth. So if you love to snorkel or dive, if you've got your PADI license, you know, get out there and enjoy the marine life on a boat excursion. The view in New Caledonia is next. The beaches are unmatched. That is paradise. You know, the embodiment of it, the powder white sands and the perfect azure ocean. Head to Lungoe Beach for some of the best sand on earth. Then we're into Mystery Island. Now, this is an enchanting little place to visit because it's very small. In fact, it's like 30 minutes you could walk around the entire island. But the beach village markets are fun to shop, and of course the snorkeling is fantastic there. Then we're into Lituka in beautiful Fiji. I always think Fiji is the definition of paradise. You know, when you talk about paradise, that's what you picture, right? And it's easy to see why when you look at these vistas. Head to the Nadi marketplace for some shopping there. Then at Suva. Suva's colonial buildings hide tiny little carver bars, which are locally known. And you'll learn stories into the late afternoon if you hang out there. But if you want to take a nice excursion, the Suva Heritage Walk is fantastic. Then we're on into Dravuni Island, which the viewpoint here was once a lookout for ancient voyaging canoes, which navigated the Great Astrolabe Reef. And you can learn about the outrigger canoes actually if you go to a local village, and they'll tell you all about those. Now we're back into Sydney for the start of the third cruise. Maybe a spot of shopping, or heading for a lunch at the Rocks or Darling Harbour would be a nice thing to do. You can even head out to Hunter Valley if you want to go and sample some of the wines on excursion. Then we're off into the Bay of Islands, and the Bay of Islands is really enchanting. You've got the Heritage Walk here, the Russell Heritage Walk and Whaling Era Tales, to do a nice relaxing excursion which builds in a little bit of cultural heritage as well. Then we're into Tauranga, and this is where you can go on the Hobbiton to learn all about the Lord of the Rings, or my preference would be absolutely Rotorua and the Pohutu Giza, but there's the Salt Flats, there's Sulphur Flats, and there's the mud pools, there's all of that to explore. Then it's Auckland. Auckland offers you know, a lot of charm, and if you like to see views you know, over the city, then head on up to the tower to see that, and you can do that on an excursion again if you don't want to organise it yourself, or the volcanic cone exploration. Then we're into Napier, into wine country. The Art Deco style definitely exists here in Napier because the entire city was rebuilt in 1931, so it really echoes that era. So secret underground tunnels can be found in some buildings. Wellington awaits us next, and it's very nice to do an art walk in Wellington. You can book an excursion, by the way, where they take you around the back streets and you'll learn about the you know, mural-filled laneways and, you know, all the cute little coffee boutiques. Christchurch is next, and the Avon River once served as the city's original supply route, so you can drift along there in the classic punts and, you know, do a little bit of punting, which is quite fun to do as you go past. It's quite challenging, but it's good. Then we're into Dunedin, and Dunedin, often known for being the Scottish capital of New Zealand, Okai the now. Lanark Castle is absolutely beautiful, and so is Baldwin Street, to learn more about the Scottish tie-ins with the heritage whilst you're there. And then we're cruising through Fiordland National Park. Now, those waterfalls that appear only after rainfall, the mist drifting across the glacier-carved walls, the deep shadowed coves, this is what it's all about. You might even see dolphins if you're lucky enough riding the bow of the waves. What a majestic place to visit, how enchanting. So here's an overview. We're back into Sydney after that adventure, but first up, heading to Hobart, Port Arthur, Melbourne and Sydney, which starts the second cruise. Then we're into gorgeous New Caledonia, Vanuatu, off into Fiji for 2 ports, then 3 ports actually. Then we're heading to the Bay of Islands, Tauranga, Auckland, off into wine country right there as well in New Zealand, cruising Fiordland, and then of course back into Sydney, where you'll disembark with ease and hopefully a very short journey to get home.
And maybe with an extra suitcase or two.
Oh,
because
yeah.
I think you'll be picking up a few little bits and pieces along the way. But you know what? You started in Sydney, you end in Sydney, so if you come back with an extra case, not a big deal, really. It's not a problem to the ship. If it's not a problem to you, absolutely fantastic. Now, we've shown you this as what we call a back-to-back. Normally, that's 2 cruise itineraries together. This one is a bit different because it's 3. So you can break it down into the individual cruises if you want to and talk to the team about that. But I want you, before you even think about that, to look at the exclusive price tag that we have got for putting all 3 cruises of these cruises together. Because in total, you are cruising there for, it's over 5 weeks, isn't it? Just over 5 weeks of cruising for this price tag. Now that price tag is exclusive to us here at CruiseAway. And that's why we wanted to show you, because we were like, wow, how did we do that deal? That's good. Let's show everyone straight away, because you could spend that kind of money on a 1 to 2 week trip, right? So this is giving you a lot more and a nice balance of sea days as well. It's got an exclusive price tag. I know it's for the end of 2027, but a deposit right now, look at how small the deposit is. A small deposit right now locks that price in, and you know it will not change by $1. Now, if you have cruised with Princess before, we can actually make you even more savings, unlock more discounts, give you perhaps some onboard credit if you're a member of the Captain Circle loyalty scheme with Princess, depending on your level. So it is worth you speaking to the team, whoever you are. Everyone has an exclusive price, but if you're in the Captain Circle loyalty program with Princess already, then you really need to talk to the team as well, because they will unlock other benefits for you. 1300 408 765 is the number for everyone to call. It's toll free and it's open 7 days a week. And here are the rest of the details you need to get this cruise booked. Several cruises all in one. It's 3 cruises all in one. And if you want to go and have a look at the full thing on our website, you've got the number there, the cruise ID on the left-hand side of your screen there. Pop that into our website. And if you're looking through the itinerary, every time it stops at Sydney, that's a new cruise. So you could take smaller portions of that if you want to. All you need to do is call the team. They'll do all the working out for you very, very easily.
Yeah.
1300 408 765 is the toll-free number to call, but do it very, very quickly. But not just yet, because we have one final trip in this show, and it's taking us on another meaty cruise now on the Grand Princess, all around our own delicious shores for 28 nights out of Sydney on the 2nd of March in 2028. I love the Grand Princess. I love the intimacy of the ship as well. It's just got the right number of passengers, the right number of crew, the right number of choices on board for these longer holidays. I love it.
Yeah, it really does, doesn't it? They've just thought about this, you know, in terms of the aesthetic, the design, the amenities, because it is built for longer cruises. And you also have a golf simulator on board, by the way. You can play the famous courses of the world, and this attracts many. So it's not something you see on a ship very often. And they have the 9-hole miniature putting course, which is great. So, you know, there's lots of other entertainment, of course, on board. You've got a fully equipped gym, exercise classes, all of those things too. And of course, the nightclub, the 1-5 nightclub, DJ music gets you up on the dance floor. It's open late for dancing. And that's also where they hold events. And you might find theme nights on board where, or, you know, like a big deck barbecue or Chocoholics buffet or Caribbean night, you know, all of these fun, South Pacific night probably, you know, in this part of the world. So all of these fun little elements that are built into your wonderful cruise. And the food, oh yeah, the food is award-winning on Princess. And the great thing about being on a longer cruise too, you don't have to feel pressured to have a 3-course meal every night. You know, you don't have to go for breakfast, lunch and dinner in the dining room if you don't want to. You can, it's all included, your dining room and your buffet. But then you might want to go to a specialty restaurant for dinner, 1 night, 2 nights, 5 nights of the cruise. So that's also an option for you. But if you're not feeling for a big meal, you could just order a club sandwich to be sent to your stateroom. Sit there in your robe and watch the TV of the many movies on offer. And also they film a lot of content on the ship which you can play back in your stateroom. The lectures, everything that's going on. So 28 nights out of Sydney. Let's see where we're off to. We are first off to lovely Eden, one of the few places where Aboriginal Yuin people once used smoke signals from Boyd's Tower to communicate between sea and forest. So this is fascinating, and the Aboriginal Yin Coastline Heritage Walk is great. Then Melbourne. Now the skyline hides the old bluestone warehouses which were built from cooled lava from volcanoes just 30 kilometres away. So it's fascinating to learn about those. But you might want to take the Gold Rush Underground Vault and Cellar excursion. Then it's Adelaide. Adelaide was planned by Colonel Light using celestial navigation, actually, and its main streets still align with specific star positions. I love learning about these facts when we're in port, and you can do that with a seasoned guide as well. Then we're off into Albany, where an excursion could take us to the hidden fossil, rock pool and ancient coastline. That would be a really fun one to do. This coastline was once part of the supercontinent Gondwana, billions of years ago, literally. And Bustleton's next, and under Bustleton Jetty lies a rare cold water coral system that glows purple in the right sunlight. How interesting is that? And of course, it's known for its caves, the stalagmites and stalactites as well. So the coral thrives here in this part. Fremantle is next on the list, and this is where you can enjoy old port tunnels, once used by smugglers. And again, a guide will take you down there and tell you all about the history. The limestone cliffs nearby still hide these sealed entrances, interestingly enough. Next is Broome with its lovely Roebuck Bay, and one of the only places where a staircase to the moon appears. This is a natural optical illusion where moonlight forms golden steps across the tidal mudflats. How cool is that? You can take an excursion to learn all about it. Darwin awaits next, and this is a wonderful place to enjoy the natural world. Of course, you can also learn about the Larakia land with the stone tools from 60,000 years ago on excursion. Cairns is next. The lovely Trinity Inlet here hides World War II shipwrecks. So maybe if you've done the reef and the rainforest before, you might want to do this kind of excursion, taking you to mangrove and ecology whilst you're in Cairns, which would be great. Then we're going to be heading to Brisbane, and the river bends once guided Indigenous travelling routes here, so you can learn about those on excursion. The Turrbal Cultural Pathways and River Stories tour would give you an enlightenment into that world. So here's an overview for you. We're back into Sydney where we'll disembark. Some lovely scenic cruising along the way on this wonderful adventure, which of course takes us through Yampi Sounds, Kimberley Coast, Willis Island, and of course the Great Barrier Reef, you know, alongside stopping in some wonderful iconic destinations from Broome to Darwin, from Cairns to Willis Island, and then of course disembarking in Sydney on this magical adventure.
Just lie back and relax. That's what I'm going to say about this. Lie back, relax, and let all of the destinations come to you. It's lovely as well. It's a great chance to explore our own backyard and just do it in style. See right the way around Oz. 28 nights, happens in 2028. I've got an exclusive price tag today, and you can secure this with a deposit today. This is so good. Honestly, I love this show. I love talking about holidays. What's not to love about talking about holidays? Planning holidays for 2028, that's even better. Getting a price tag that is exclusive, that's even better, because that's 4 weeks of full board luxury princess cruising right there, grabbable today with a low deposit. So call the team today, 7 days a week, 1300 408 765. Oh, and if you're a Captain Circle member with Princess, depending on your level, there could be even more discounts and some onboard credit for you to enjoy while you take that 28-night cruise. I am so jealous. Let's show you all the details. Get it booked today. Get it booked today. Remember, we talked about before, 2028 seems like a mythical number, thousands of years away. But we're locking in a price right now for your adventures in 2028. Now, I'm guessing in terms of diaries, unless you've got a big birthday coming up, which is an even better excuse to book a cruise like this, let's face it, 2028 is a bit of a blank canvas right now, right? And it's there to be painted upon. So paint some joy into it right now, paint some exploration into it right now, and know that you're doing it at the very, very best price there is, an exclusive price tag you will not find anywhere else in Australia, but with us here at CruiseAway. I mean, that's amazing. I love it. Just saying it out loud is amazing, isn't it?
Yeah, it's incredible. I mean, these offerings that we have for you, not having to worry about the price increases in the future if you book now for 2028. I mean, just do it.
I know. And you know what? At the back end of 2027 into 2028, the Princess deployment of ships, we've got a really lovely selection of ships to choose from. We've got taster cruises up to, 3-month plus Grand Circle voyages. There's departures from Sydney and Perth and Brisbane and Auckland. So you've got lots of different choices as to where you cruise from. Right now, we've got exclusive price tags across that whole entire season, which is ridiculous. It's great. And we're very, very proud of it. And that's why this is one of 6 shows right now that you could go and view. The rest are on demand on our YouTube channel. Just search for CruiseAway, that are all about this Princess season that takes you in from 2027 into 2028. Listen, thank you for your company. There are thousands more offers, of course, for you to look at. They're on our website right now, cruiseaway.com.au, and you can call us toll-free 7 days a week. And Joe and I, hopefully, will see you back here very, very soon, because we love it. We love cruising away. See you soon.
Take care.